What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of TNC Reacts. Today is Monday Motivation, and we are going to be talking about really unplugging, all right? And the reason I'm telling you this is because since a lot has been happening online, there is a level of fatigue that is starting to creep up, even within myself. I'm starting to notice that the things that I'm listening to are more triggering than what I thought they were. And then also, I'm losing my attention span. Like, it's starting to shorten. Um, since I've started trying to get on TikTok to try to grow my stuff and interact with people and get my interactions and things up so I can keep this stuff moving. Engagement, that's what I'm thinking about. Getting my engagement up. My attention span is just dwindling. It is skyrocketing down to the bottom. I like something that I would watch 30 minutes on and be totally fine. I can't do it like I used to. Now I'm watching that while on my phone. You know what I mean? Like, I'm doing multiple things at once. And my focus is dipping. Like, I'm starting to notice a lot of declines as far as my cognitive abilities, as far as staying focused on one task at a time. And I realized, like, all right, I'm going to have to start pulling back a lot of the things that I'm doing. I'm going to have to pull back from being online. I'm going to have to pull back from the engagements and things like that, because what use am I if I am unable to read the information that I'm looking at without starting to drift off somewhere else? And I think anybody that's going through that should really think about that. Go outside, smell the air, touch the grass. I do have my routines that I do, but I notice because of how much time I'm spending on social media that I'm starting to lose my scheduling that I had, my attention and my focus on other tasks. I'm starting to just kind of bridge into here, but then it's also shrinking as far as attention from me just flipping through to try to see which thing I'm going to debate or what I'm going to do. And it's actually draining my energy. Yesterday I was debating people and I was just losing it. I was just like, man, I'm not feeling good. It's starting, it's just not healthy. I'm gonna just keep it real. Like, it is not healthy to put yourself in a position like that, especially when you're trying to push positivity, where you're trying to push middle ground thought process, adjustments, improvement, all of these different ideas. It makes it very difficult for you to still function in that manner when you're starting to only look at a couple of narratives. Because I can tell you online, like, being online can make you definitely dislike people. Doesn't matter what walk of life they're from. It can make you really dislike people because you get to see the hatred in other people. And it makes you very distant. It makes you more distant. It makes you incapable of trusting other people because you listen to how they speak and what their rhetoric is. And that's why they say go out and meet people, have genuine conversations with people, figure out who your group is, but don't make that your only group. Still be willing to interact with everybody. And if they want to show you the bad, then to distance yourself from them. But I don't know. I don't know how people can do this on a regular, make this their entire existence and their persona or whatever it is. Because for me, it seems to be very strenuous on me, and I think a lot of people are like that, but they don't know how to break away. And I'm being honest, you need to put the stuff down, put your phone down, walk away from it, go outside and just listen to the birds chirping or something, or start tailoring what you're looking at that requires you to focus and not try to shorthand it. Or, you know what I mean? Like, if you're watching a long video, don't try to speed it up or skip through it. Sit there and listen, and don't do any other tasks. I mean, really, as I'm speaking this to you, I'm actually coming up with the ideas for myself, because I'm like, what am I going to need to do to make this work and get back to improving my cognitive skills? Because don't get me wrong, I can still fire off. I just noticed the decline myself. So once I'm seeing this decline, I'm like, man. And then I realized the fatigue behind all of it. Because I'm telling you, man, staying online 24/7 will suck the life out of you. And I see it happen to a lot of people. And, as us as people, man, this is not what we were designed for. We were designed to be outside and hang out with one another and, laugh and joke, I think I've gotten tired of all the hatred, just in general. Like, it's just, ugh. That's what it is to me right now. It is just, ugh. People don't understand, how not to insult each other when they're having conversations. And this is just what I'm talking about online. People don't do this in person. But, to look at people and how they speak to one another online is just egregious at this point. I'm like, I don't know how people do this on a regular. Get themselves worked up, getting aggravated by what people are saying and things like that. I don't know. But the best thing I would say dealing with the stuff that's happening now is to unplug. For real. Because it's not about being indifferent. It's not about having apathy, empathy, sympathy, all of these different emotions. It's like, yo, this is just too much chaos. You just got to get back from it. Sometimes you got to step out of that chaos, man, because if you sit in that chaos, you become chaotic as well. So, that's not worth doing that to yourself. But let me know what y'all think down in the comments section and be on the lookout for my more videos. All right, everybody. Peace.